Ladies and gentlemen, and all the fan. No, no, no. How was it? Ladies and gentlemen, and Ah, ladies and gentlemen, and the math fans watching around the world, this is time. Introducing first the question. What is a question? The question says, what percentage of 680 is 490? In order to find a percentage, we gotta do division of the first number by 100, and then we're going to multiply it to something in order to get the second number. That something will be the percentage. So let's get started. For example, what is the percentage of 70, not 70, but like make it 170 is 80, not 80, let's make it 85, so the number it will be fine. So if we gotta find what is the percentage of 180 is 170 is 85, so that means that we gotta divide 180 by 100 and multiply it by something. The somethings in mathematics are called x, and we gotta get 85 as an answer. So let's go for it. Then 170 divided by 100 will be 1.7 times x is equal to 85. Then x is equal to 85 over 1.7, or 850 over 117, right? 17. So 85 over 17 is 50. The answer will be the 50%. So going to our question. So 680 over 100 times x equals to 490. Then 6.8 x equals 490. Then x is equal to 490 over 6.8, or 1400 over 60, 14, not 1400, 4900 over 68. Then we can divide everything by whatever this, that. We can do the calculation and we will get the percentage is roughly equal to 72. Or you can do this as well. You can just do the division of 490 over 680, which will be 49 over 68. Whatever the answer is, which will again be 0.72. So we know that the percentage will be 72%. Okay. So the price is reduced from this to this. What is the percentage decrease? So now the normal decrease is 680 minus 490. Again, guys, this is not a theoretical class. Sorry, guys, I'm dying. So this is not a theoretical class. So in order to understand what's the background of it, we gotta watch other videos that I will be uploading probably by the end of this week. So let's first find the normal decrease. 680 minus 490 will give me 190. So I gotta do 190 over 680, which will roughly be 0.28. Okay, so which is 28%. But you can do this calculation. Also, you know that 490 is 72%. So remaining 190 will be remaining 28%, because percentages in total has to give me 100. So the answer for the first part will be 72%. Answer for the second part will be 28%. Okay, 28%. So next question. The next question says that a cost of hiring an electrician is let me just a second. Let me go. Okay, I couldn't do anything. Anyways, cost of hiring an electrician is given by y equals 25x plus 40. Okay, where x is hours and y is dollars. First part, draw a graph to show the cost and explain what the gradient of the line represents. So first we draw a graph. A graph is dependent on x on the, you see, horizontal side, and y on the vertical side, right? So since this is a linear function, what is a linear function? Whenever we have just x to the power of 1 or x to the power of 0. What is x to the power of 0? Something like this, y equals 5, because it's the same thing as y equals 5 times x to the power of 0, because power of 0 is the same thing as 1, right? So whenever x power is 1 or 0, we know that function is linear. Function is linear means that the graph will look like a straight line, okay? So we gotta draw a graph first, right? We gotta draw a graph first. In order to draw a graph of a line, in order to draw a line, we know that 2 points is enough, right? Because if I have 1 point, right? If I have 1 point, then I can have infinite number of lines containing that point. For example, this is one of the lines, this is another line, this is another line, this is another line, right? There are infinite correct answers. But if I give you 2 points, then there will be only one correct answer, one correct straight line, which containing those 2 points, right? So for this function, we got x's and corresponding y values, right? And remember, this was the function, right? So always it's easy to give x equals to 0 first because the calculation is easy. So when x is equal to 0 here, so 25, so y is equal to 25 times x plus 40. So 25 times 0 is 0 plus 40 is 40. So when x is 0, y is, so you see y is 40, right? X is 0, y is 40. So what is x0? You see it's x1, x2, x negative 1. So this should be x0, right? And then where y is 40, that's somewhere here, y is 40. So x0, y 40, we gotta go here. This is exactly this point. Then give us another point. Let's say x is equal to 1. When x is equal to 1, y is equal to 25 times x plus 40. You can do the calculation. You are big people. Then x1 will give me y is equal to 25 times 40. 25 times 1 is 25 plus 40, 65. 65. So when x is 1, y is somewhere here, which is 65. So 1 and 65 is this point. So now I have 2 points. I can draw a line. It should be a straight line. So my drawings are bad. My students already know that. So whatever the function is, the function is just a line which intersects these 2 points, okay? This is a drawing graph. And now what the hell is a gradient? Okay, gradient. So this guy, gradient is just what? It is just whatever x is timed by, or gradient is just y over x, something like that, okay? So here, in order to get the relationship between 1 over x, y over x, okay? So we got y equals 25x plus 40. The gradient asks this question: what is the effect in y if I change x by 1? Okay? What's gonna happen? Gonna happen to y if I increase x by 1. Okay? So let's check it out. So when x is 0, y is x is 0, y is 40. Now I am increasing x just 1. So from 0 I go to 1. What's happening to y? Y is increasing by what? So when x is 1, y is 65. So when x is increased, it's increased by 1. Y also is 65. Y also is increased by how much? 25. So the gradient will be 25 is gradient, okay? And what does it mean? It means that when I increase x by 1, y is being increased by 25. We can see that whenever whatever the coefficient of x is, that's the gradient. Okay. So if I give you something like that, 1 over 2x plus 10, then the gradient will be just 1 over 2. If I give you something like that, negative 5x minus 10, then the gradient will be just negative 5. These parts, I don't care, okay? Just whatever is the coefficient of x. Then the gradient will be negative 5, okay? Not 5. It means that if I increase x by 1, y will be decreased by 5, okay? You can put the numbers, you can check it out. So in this specific question, the gradient gradient of the line explains that if the electrician works, because X is hours, right? Electrician works 1 more hour, the price will increase by $25, okay? 1 more hour gives 25 more dollars. That's it. B, how long will the job take if the cost is 265? Again, remember it was like 25x plus 40. We know that this is cost. So cost is what? 265. We are asked by what will be the hours or how long will the job take. So we are asking what is x, right? Because x was the number of hours, 25x plus 40. And from here, we can solve the question as we are putting the 40 to the other side. It's going to be 265 minus 40 will be equal to 25x. 225 is equal to 25x, which gives us that x is equal to 225 over 25, which is equal to 9. Okay, so the job will take 9 hours if the cost is 265. Next question. 4 children are giving a painting. They sell it and share the money in the ratio of their ages. The children's ages are 6, 8, 11, and 13. The painting price is equal to 47.50. How much will the oldest child, so this guy, will get, right? So if they are sharing it by the ratio of their ages, the first guy will get $6 times some ratio. The second guy, $8 times the same ratio, $11 and $13 times the same ratio. And the overall price, overall money that they got is 47.50. So if we sum them up, we gotta get what? 14, 25, 38x is equal to 47.50. Then x will be equal to 47.50 over 38. We got to do the calculation. One, here, what is that? 995. 95 gives me 2. And then 76, and then 19. Then 100 and what 190 over 30, okay, 5. 125 is x. I may make some calculation mistakes, but this is the method. Okay, so x is equal to 125, so the answer is 125, right? No, because we are asking about how much will the oldest child get, right? Oldest child is what? 13 years old, so he will get or she will get 13 times x. So 13 times x is equal to 125 times 13. And you got to do the calculation in order to get what? So 8 times 125 is 1,000. So 4 times is 500, and then 125 more, 25 and 100. Okay, so this should be the answer. I may make some calculation mistakes because I'm not using any calculator. I'm just doing them from my mind. But you just gotta find whatever 13x is, and you are finding x from here. Okay, that's it. Next question. A bag contains 5 red. So there are 5 red, 7 blue, and 8 green counters. 2 counters are drawn without replacement. Without replacement means that I'm taking a counter and then I am not putting it back. So I'm just leaving that counter. Find the probability that both are blue. So blue, blue. Okay. So what is the probability? So probability of anything is that what are the cases that I need, required cases, or satisfying cases over total cases, okay? Total cases, okay? So in this case, total cases are what? It's given over here, 20, right? 5 plus 7 plus 8. So total cases are 20. I'm taking the first counter now. I'm taking the first counter and I need it to be blue, right? So I have 20 possible things, okay? And I am required to take one of those 7 things, right? 7 over 20 is the probability that first guy will be blue. But then I have to multiply it by the probability that second guy will be blue, right? So imagine this, they are in some bag and there are a lot of counters like this, right? Some of them are blue, some of them are green, some of them are okay, 20 counters, right? But now I took out one of the blue ones. So I took out one of the guys. I just deleted one of them. I erased one of them. So now in total, I have 19 counters. And how many blue ones do I have right now? Right now, I have 6 of the blue ones because one of the blue ones already has been taken. So you do this calculation and you will get, so this will be 10, this will be 3. So 7 times 3 and 10 times 19, okay? That's it. This will be the probability. Again, for the theoretical background, watch the other videos that will be uploaded later. And now find the midpoint of the line segment joining each pair of the points. So midpoint of x1, y1, and x2, y2 is always equal to x1 plus x2 over 2. This will be the x side. Y1 plus y2 over 2. This will be the y side. Okay, now let's use it. So part A says 4, 2, and 10, 12. Okay, so if I gotta find the midpoint, it will be x1 plus x2, right? x1, x2, 4 plus 10, because this is x in the first point, this is x in the second point, over 2. And y part will be y1, y2. So 2 plus 12 over 2. So the midpoint will be what? 10 plus 4, 14 over 2. And 2 plus 12, again, 14 over 2. So it will be the midpoint for part A. Part B says 5 and negative 3. This is one of the points, 5 and negative 3. The other point is negative 3 and negative 7. Again, x1, x2, y1, y2, right? So x1 plus x2, what was x1? x1 was 5 plus, what was x2? Negative 3 over 2. Now, y1, negative 3 plus y2, negative 7 over 2. So what is the answer? Let me check it out. The answer will be 5 plus negative 3 is 2 over 2. Negative 3 plus negative 7, negative 10 over 2. So the answer will be what? 2 over 2 is 1. Negative 10 over 2 will be negative 5. So 1, negative 5 will be the answer for part B. Now we are doing part C. Part C says negative 6 and 8. And 8 and negative 6. So again, this is x1, this is x2. Always the left ones are x, right ones are y. Okay, this is y1, this is y2. So what the hell is x1 plus x2? x1 plus x2 over 2. Again, y1 plus y2, negative 6 over 2. Now, just gotta do the calculations. These are the easy parts. So negative 6 plus 8 is 2 over 2. 6 plus negative 8, again, 2 over 2. So the answer will just be 2 over 2 and 2 over 2. So the 1, 1. Okay? That's it. In order to understand this, again, we got to have some more videos. I think that's it. That should be enough. That is a good place to stop. Bye bye and see ya tomorrow. Way